Hello everyone, so today in this video we are going to discuss the question Wupsen and 0 which was asked in Code Forces around 750 Div 2. In this question we are actually given an array B, array A, and we have to find an array B. So let's discuss this question on Paint. So we are actually given an array A, let's say A1, A2, A3, so on till AN. And we have to find an array B which is having same size as an array A, B1, B2, so on till Bn. The condition under which we have to tell the array B is that the summation of AI into Bi should be equal to 0. That is, let's say array A which is given to us is 1, 2, 5, 6. Then we have to find an array B such that when we product A1 into B1 then plus A2, when we find out the value of A1 into B1 plus A2 into B2 plus A3 into B3 plus A4 into B4, we will get the answers to be as 0. So let's say we put 2 here, we put -1 here, we put 6 here, let's say we put -5 here. So what we can see is 2 into 1 is 2, plus 2 into -1 is -2, plus 6 into 5 is 30, plus 6 into -5 is -30. So here you can see the answer is coming out to be 0. That 30 cancels -30, 2 cancels -2, so answer is coming out to be 0. So for this array A, for this A array, this array B can be one of the valid answers. This array B can be one of the valid answers, and you have to report any one of the valid answers such that the summation of all the absolute values of Bi should be less than 10⁹ and AI can never be equal to 0. In this question you are given that AI is not equal to 0, and you have to also maintain a condition that Bi should not be equal to 0. That is, you are in the question you are given that AI is not equal to 0, and what we have to maintain in Bi, that Bi should not be equal to 0. You can't put 0 everywhere and say okay, now my answer is 0. You don't have the right to put Bi as 0. Okay, so let's understand how we will find out the answer to this question. Let's say we take an example of our own. Let's say we are given n is equal to 8, and what let's say array which is given to us are -3, 6, -2, 1, 4, 5, 3, or let's say 1. Random array I have taken. And let's say we are trying to find out B. So what we will do is we will make it in the chunks of 2. Why I'm making it in the chunks of 2, I'm telling you right now. Let's say we will make it in the chunks of 2. Okay. So why we are making it when n is even? You are thinking that if n is odd, how we will be able to make it in the chunks of 2? Let's say now n is even, and that is n is equal to 8, and we are making the chunks of 2. So let's say if the equation which is given to us is A, okay. So what I can say to you is, let's say this is my A1, and let me change the color. Let's say this is my A1 and this is my A2. Let's say this is my B1 and this is my B2. Okay, so what I want is, what I'm thinking in my mind is, if I do something that A1 into B1 plus A2 into B2 is equal to 0. If I somehow make something like this, that the product of this A1 and B1 and the product of A2 and B2 and their summation becomes 0. So what I will do is I will make the summation as 0. In this section also I will make the summation as 0. In this section also I make the summation as 0 in this section, and in last section also I will make the summation 0. So the summation of all the whole section, this section will become 0. Again I am repeating. What I am trying to make is, I am saying okay, this is my A1 and this is my A2. This is my B1, this is my B2. I am saying that okay, I will make is A1 into B1 and plus A2 into B2. I will try to make it 0. Then again I will do for A3, A4 and B3 before, that A3 into B3 plus A4 into B4 I will try to make 0. then I will do for another one, then I will do for another one. In this way you can easily be able to think of that the summation of whole sequence after the product of consecutive AIs and BIs will become 0. Okay, so what our target is? Our target is to see how we can make this 0. So in this we are given A1, we are given A2. We need to find out the value of B1, we need to find out the value of B2. So what I will do is, I will say, I will say my B1 is equal to A2. Let's say my B1 is equal to A2. Then what do you think my B2 should be? For coming out to be 0, my B2 should be minus of A1. This might be one of the possibility. Let's say, I say okay, my B1 is equal to minus of A2. Then what should be my B2? My B2 should be A1. Because these both of them will satisfy the above condition. So we can use any of this condition. This is this condition, or I can use this condition. That is the second condition. We can use any of these condition. Let's say we go ahead with this condition, which I am now marking with orange color. That let's say I take B1 as A2 and B2 as minus of A1. So let me clear out some space. And so now what we will do is, okay, so what I will say is, so let me take what I done is B1 as A2 and B2 as minus A1. So what I will take B1 as A2, so here it would be 6, and B2 as minus of A1, so here it would be 3. Similarly, here it would be 1, here it would be 2, here it would be 4, here it would be minus of 4, here it would be 1, and here it would be minus of 3. So don't you think in this manner we will easily be able to form our array B? So now our array B becomes 6, 3, 1, 2, 5, minus 4, 1, minus 3. So if n is even, I had told you the approach above, only. That is, put BI as, so let me generalize the approach. Put BI as for even I, that is for I is equal to 0, then for I is equal to 2, then for I is equal to 4. Put BI as minus of, or you can say put BI as AI plus 1, and BI plus 1 as minus of AI. This could be our generalized approach for even I, that is for I is equal to 0, then 2, then 4, then 6, and n is given to us, n modulo 2 double is equal to 0, and n is given to us to be even, and n modulo 2 is given to us to be even. Let's say we come out to be when n is odd given to us, when n odd is given to us. So now come up with the odd when n is odd. So when n is odd, we will apply the same process as we will apply in the even case. So let's say n given to us is 5. So what I will do is, I will take the example of A as 3, minus 6, 2, 1, and let's say I take here minus 3. So now I found the B as, I will make the chunks of 2, Now at the end, I will making the chunks of 2. Now at the end, in end, I will make a chunk of 3. Every time I will make a chunk of 2, and at the end I will make a chunk of 3. So what I will do is, I will say okay, let's put minus 6 here, and let's put minus 3 here. That is BI is equal to, for every even I, BI is equal to AI plus 1, and BI plus 1 is equal to minus of AI. Okay, so this section is completely filled. So now let's discuss how we will fill these 3 values. So for filling these 3 values, we will actually have three checks. We will actually apply if else condition, and we will apply 3 checks. So what we will say is, okay, now these are the end 3 values, A1, A2, A3. These actually A1, A2, A3 are actually the end values. Or you can also write it as A of n minus 3 a of n minus 2 and a of n minus 1. These are the n3 values. For simplicity only, I write it as a1, a2 and a3. So how we will go ahead is I will write one thing, see carefully what I am writing. I will say, okay, let me put a1 here and minus of a2 with a2 plus a3. What do you think of? What do you think of? When I doing the product, you do the simultaneous product, what you will find is, when you do the simultaneous product, you will find that the sum is coming out to be 0. What I had only done is, I put a1 here. Let me change the color. I will put a1 here and I had put a1 here. And the summation of both with the negative sign I put here. Or, if as I had done in even case, let me write in the manner which I had done in even case. a1, a2, a3. What I had done in even case is I put, which I am putting on right side, I put a minus of a1 and a2 plus a3. Both are actually the same thing. Only the output matters, but at the end the sum would be coming out to be 0 only. See both of them carefully. I had put a1 on that side and the summation of there with negative sign. I had put a1 in right side with negative sign and a2 plus a3 summation on this side with non-negative sign. So don't you think for the end one, for the end three values, we can make something like these? You can choose any of the way. Either you can choose the first way, or you can choose the second way. Okay, let me go with the second way. You can choose any of them. So what I will do is, as I said you, there are three if-else conditions which we need to check. So let me came to that point first. So we are actually going to fill these three values. So how we will fill these three values? First is a1, a2, a3. I again write a1, a2, a3. And again I am writing a1, a2, a3. See carefully how I am filling. First I will say that, okay, I will put minus of a1, a2 plus a3. Okay. Then I will say, okay, I will put a2, minus of a1 plus a3. Or you can say, let's say minus plus minus. Anyway, it's fine. Then I will put minus of a3 and a1 plus a2. One important thing which you can observe here is, here it is a2 plus a3 in the first column, in the first section. In the second section it is a1 plus a3, and in the third section it is a1 plus a2. Okay. So what we will do is, what I am actually saying is, for filling these values, there are actually three ways. The first way is this only. This is the first way. This is my second way. And this which is given to us is my third way. These are the three ways to fill that value. Now you will say, okay, if these are the three ways, I can apply any of them and fill all the three, all the values. No, this is not the case actually. You can't apply all the three cases. Why you can't apply all the three cases? For all the three cases, you have to check which case you can apply. Actually, you can't apply all the three cases. For all the three cases, you have to check which case you can apply. Why you want to check? You have to check which case you can apply. In the question, we are clearly mentioned that AIs are not equal to 0. Okay. So I am marking some of them with yellow. See it carefully. So I can clearly say this can't be 0. This can't be 0. As AIs are not 0, this can't be 0. This can't be 0. This A3 is also not 0. This is those who I have marked with yellow. We are definitely sure that this can't be 0. But we also want that BIs should not be 0. If, let's consider the first case. If in this case we are given A2 plus A3, if in the A2 plus A3, let's say if A2 is minus 1 and A3 is plus 1, then you can see that the B1 will become 0. Similarly, in the second case, if a1 is negative of a3, or I can say a3 is negative of a1, then here in the second case will this a1 plus a3 become 0. In the third case, I can say if a1 is negative of a2 or a2 is negative of a1, then you can say that this third case becomes 0. So for each case 1, case 2, case 3, you have to check whether you can put the first case or not. How you will check? You will check if a2 plus a3 is 0 or not. If it is 0, we will move to the second section. Check. If a1 plus a3, okay, a1 plus a3 is also 0, we will move to the third check. In the third check, we will see, okay, a1 plus a2 is not 0. So we can put is minus of a3 and a1 plus a2 in our answer. So this is the way how we will fill these three remaining sections. So let's deep dive into the code section and see how we will actually code it out. So this is for even only. For even, what I had done is that what only I had told to you, bi is equal to a of I plus 1 and b of I plus 1 is equal to minus of ai. In these are the three cases which I told to you right now. Apply same concept as of even when we are given, and these are the three checks. You can see if else. These are the three checks I have applied. In this way you can find out the answer. If you like this video, do share and subscribe. Thank you.